Skol Vikings fans, grab your jerseys because the energy is electric as we approach a pivotal moment for our team. With organized team activities wrapping up, the countdown to training camp is officially on. And trust me, you are not ready for the massive questions looming over our squad. From a heated quarterback room battle that has everyone talking to uncertainty in the secondary and exciting new faces in the backfield, things are heating up in Minnesota. Do we have a title contender in the making or a transition year ahead? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below your thoughts before we dive in. With the Minnesota Vikings wrapping up their final 4 days of organized team activities from June 15th through the 18th, the focus shifts toward the upcoming 5-week break. Once this period concludes, the team will report to the TCO Performance Center in Eagan for training camp, where several lingering questions regarding the roster will finally be addressed. The primary narrative unfolding as the team prepares for this transition is a high-stakes quarterback competition that has dominated the headlines for months. Head coach Kevin O'Connell has not yet named a starter between Kyler Murray and the developing J.J. McCarthy. While Kyler Murray enters as the presumed starter for this unit, J.J. McCarthy maintains a tangible path to securing the job, provided he continues to split those valuable first-team repetitions. The presence of Carson Wentz on the roster adds an extra layer of complexity to this situation, as his exact standing as the team's second or third quarterback remains unclear. If the Vikings ultimately designate Carson Wentz as the primary backup, speculation regarding whether J.J. McCarthy might be placed on the trade block will only intensify. The quarterback room is currently defined by these significant uncertainties rather than concrete answers, but clarity is expected to emerge once the full squad convenes in Eagan. Fans hoping to see the team rally toward a strong start will be looking for a definitive decision from the coaching staff. With the countdown to training camp officially underway, every rep during these final OTAs carries weight as the team looks to solidify its depth. For the loyal supporters shouting "Skol" across the country, the resolution of this position battle remains the most critical storyline to monitor as the 2026 season approaches its final preparatory stages. Beyond the quarterback drama, the competition for the WR4 position has become an intriguing subplot as the team evaluates its depth behind established starters like Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Jawan Jennings. The battle for this fourth spot features a mix of talents, including 2025 third-round pick Ty Felton, alongside Miles Price and Dylan Bell. Both Felton and Price possess clearly defined roles within the special teams unit, which likely cements their positions on the final 53-man roster, unless Dylan Bell can prove otherwise on the field. As an undrafted rookie, Dylan Bell is currently seen as a strong candidate for the practice squad, though he remains a player to watch throughout the minicamp and preseason phases. The development of these receivers is a key focus for the front office, as they aim to build a versatile and reliable group that can support whoever eventually wins the starting job under center. The coaching staff is clearly looking for consistency and special teams utility to round out the bottom of the depth chart, making these final days of activity vital for the younger prospects. Each of these candidates must demonstrate the ability to contribute in multiple facets of the game to secure their spot on the roster. The depth of the wide receiver room is essential for sustaining the offense, and the internal competition for these final spots drives the intensity during these remaining spring practices. As the team looks to balance veteran presence with young, hungry talent, the progression of Felton, Price, and Bell will provide much-needed insight into the future of Minnesota's passing game. The team continues to emphasize speed and adaptability, qualities that will determine the final composition of the receiving corps when camp begins in July. The defensive side of the ball presents its own set of critical uncertainties, starting with the veteran presence of Harrison Smith. The safety has yet to announce his decision regarding a potential return for his 16th season with the Vikings, a choice that will dictate the shape of the defensive backfield. Should Harrison Smith decide to move on, the safety position will instantly transform into an open camp battle between Theo Jackson and Jay Ward, with rookie Jacoby Thomas also expected to vie for playing time. Jacoby Thomas, selected in the third round out of Miami, has already impressed teammates like Josh Metellus with his quick grasp of the complex defensive system. Metellus noted that while Thomas is still mastering the finer details and the why behind specific assignments, his natural football IQ has allowed him to handle the installation process with relative ease. This early acclimation is a positive sign for the defense, which relies on high-level mental processing. Meanwhile, the interior defensive line remains a major point of discussion, specifically regarding the health of 2026 first-round pick Caleb Banks. Recovering from a broken foot, Caleb Banks is expected to be ready for the start of training camp, marking the first time the organization will see him in action since the NFL Combine. His immediate health is crucial, as the team's interior depth has been significantly altered following the departure of Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. The interior defensive line rotation now depends heavily on the rookie production of both Caleb Banks and fellow third-round pick Dominique Orange. These players are tasked with filling a significant void, and their ability to integrate into the professional level immediately will be a defining factor for the defense's overall performance. Why does this matter right now for the team? The answer lies in the thin margins of the 2026 roster and the immediate impact required from these rookies to keep the squad competitive. With major veteran contributors off the roster, the organization is effectively forced to rely on young, unproven talent to anchor the defensive front and support the run game. Furthermore, the running back room showcases a unique dynamic with the arrival of sixth-round pick Demond Claiborne. While the duo of Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason is set to lead the backfield, Demond Claiborne offers the kind of speed and burst that the team has lacked in recent years. Aaron Jones has even compared the rookie's skill set to Jahmyr Gibbs, noting the explosive potential he brings to the field. Because injuries limited Aaron Jones to his lowest carry total since 2018 last season, there is a clear strategic imperative to keep him fresh. This reality opens the door for a legitimate running back by committee approach under Kevin O'Connell. If Demond Claiborne continues to impress during training camp, his role could expand significantly, providing a much-needed injection of pace. This shift isn't just about personnel. It's about managing the physical toll on veteran players while maximizing the output of the entire room. The team's ability to successfully integrate these newcomers, from the defensive line to the backfield, is the primary factor in determining their efficiency throughout the upcoming schedule. Without established veteran depth in certain areas, the growth of these rookies is not just a luxury. It is a necessity for the Vikings to maintain their high standards as they transition into the most intense part of the offseason. As the team prepares to depart for the break, the upcoming training camp represents the final hurdle before the regular season structure takes full effect. Every individual position battle, from the high-profile quarterback situation to the specific roles of rookies like Caleb Banks and Demond Claiborne, serves as a test of the organization's current talent evaluation. The transition from the classroom-heavy environment of OTAs to the physical intensity of camp is where the true competitive landscape will reveal itself. Kevin O'Connell and his staff have created a scenario where competition is the standard, and the upcoming 5 weeks will give the players time to prepare for the increased demands that await them in Eagan. The ambiguity surrounding key positions, such as the starter under center and the safety tandem, ensures that the intensity level will remain high from the moment camp begins. The management of player health, specifically regarding those returning from injuries, will be the most significant variable that could change the team's trajectory. If the injured newcomers return to full health, the team's capacity to rotate players effectively will be significantly bolstered, potentially alleviating the pressure on the veteran core. Conversely, if the recovery timelines extend into the preseason, the coaching staff will need to make rapid adjustments to their game plans. As the Vikings move forward, the focus will remain on these tactical decisions that will ultimately determine the 53-man roster. For a franchise that values calculated development and scheme integrity, the next few months will be a defining period of execution. Fans will be watching closely, waiting to see how these individual narratives resolve when the pads finally come on and the real work begins for the 2026 Minnesota Vikings season.